Kristen here and welcome back to my channel. If you're interested in minimalism, healthy living, and simplify, then stick around. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about life vision goals and creating a vision board and just setting goals for yourself that are realistic, but also allowing yourself to dream big. So some of these goals are related to decluttering and my new kind of lifestyle, living life a little bit differently, as well as various dreams and goals that I have set for myself. So come along with me and let's dream big together and create a vision board. The first thing, I'm going to dissection out my goals and my vision for the year, or maybe, 5 years down the road. A lot of these goals aren't, something that I'm maybe going to achieve within a short time frame. Some of them are longer term goals, some are short term goals. So into 7 different sections. So the 7 areas that I address are: 1, financial, career goals, my recreational goals, my health, my relationship, my personal life, and then community. Those are the 7 areas that I'll be addressing and talking about, and we'll kind of be going through. So the first thing that I look at is financial goals. So basically what this means is, what are your money goals, money habits? What changes do you want to make with regards to this? So some of the questions I ask myself with regards to this goal to figure out what I want is: how much money do I make annually? Where do I live? What does my home look like? Do I have any debt? Do I have a plan for attacking that debt in a certain time frame of when I want to have that completely paid off? Kind of a game plan. If you don't have a house here, it may be a time to set aside some money for a house fund if you've paid off debt, and figure out like, okay, when do I want a house? So for myself, I want a house in the next 5 years. So I'm working on saving up for a house specifically. So I'm kind of putting a little bit of money away each paycheck towards a house. The other thing is, are you investing? Do you have like a 401k, a Roth IRA, anything like that, where you are putting money away for retirement, or just having like a separate fund for just investments in general? Now, I would recommend that you put away at least some of your money. I do about 15% retirement, so like a Roth or a 401k, and then I will do 5 to 10% in a separate investment fund that's not retirement. And then I also put money just in savings as well. And then I do have like a house fund. So I kind of have these different sectioned out areas, like a house fund and money for savings, money for investing, money for retirement, like these different areas, so that way I know and have that set in place, because I'm less likely to dip into that fund if I have it set as a house fund. Otherwise, I'm going to convince myself like, oh yeah, I really want this new dress and I have money for it, right? No, I don't, because I only have this set amount of money for clothes, because I'm investing, putting money towards a house. Figuring out what are your actual goals here, what do you want to achieve, and how are you going to achieve that? And this is kind of related to decluttering. Are there items that you could get rid of, or are there items that you could live without this year or in the next few months? So really challenging yourself here with this one. And are there areas that I could potentially maybe sell a few things, or just get by with not repurchasing or buying these items? Maybe for you, it's you go out for drinks 3 times a week and you're gonna limit that to once a month, right? So really identifying where are some areas where I maybe can save more, invest more, work towards building that future that I want for myself. For me, I've always gone, my faith has impacted that, like the borrower is slave to the lender. And so I know for myself, I'm much more anxious, much more on edge, just not as relaxed when I have a bunch of debt or have things that are on payments. So as much as I can, if I'm able to work towards something, right, saving for future things, not having debt, not having car payments, that's kind of goal. For you, this may look a little bit differently, but I'm just kind of putting it out there, the questions that I ask for myself and what some of my goals are. Next, I have career. So what are my career goals? Are there things that I want to accomplish career-wise, whether that's a new position, a different job, doing a side hustle, whatever it is? The questions that I'll ask myself is, where am I working? Am I happy where I'm working at? Or like an opportunity to move up at my work? Is that something that I want? Like what you're doing? or do you not really like what you're doing? Do you have future dreams or aspirations? You know, for myself, I really want to get into baking more, breads, things like that. I do, you know, always did that with my grandma, and that's something I really enjoy. So yeah, starting like a bakery has always, even since I've been really little, kind of been a down the line long-term goal that I want to do, kind of like probably after I retire, like later on in life, after I've raised kids, I'd love to like own a bakery later on. But I want to start working towards that by like baking more and trying different recipes and, you know, starting some of that. But I do have a background history. I do know how to do those things, but just kind of tweaking it a little because that's kind of my form of self-care. I just love baking and cooking different things. The next area that I'm going to talk about is recreation. So recreation is basically, what do you do with your free time? Are there any hobbies or things that you're working on? Is there any new hobby or activity that you want to try, and how could you start implementing that into your daily, weekly, monthly routine so that way you're really cultivating and getting better at that thing? Especially like if you maybe want to make that like a career goal or a side hustle, like how am I really going to put in the effort and time into doing that? Area is health. Some goals here, like what are you doing to stay healthy on a daily or weekly basis? Are you getting out and getting exercise? Do you have set maybe weight goals or just like general physical health goals of things you want to do? You know, for myself, that's getting out and moving my body. Sometimes that looks like running, jogging, walking, biking, a little bit of light weightlifting. It's things like that. So what are your actual goals there? The other thing is like, what are you eating? Are there certain things that you want to maybe get rid of or avoid, and certain things that you want to eat more of, like fruits, vegetables, foods that are not as processed? So just something to think about. The other thing is mental health and self-care. So like, where is my mental health at right now? And what are some things I can implement? Like for me, having like a slow morning routine or doing like some meditation at night helps me to kind of remain calm and to get better sleep and just have better overall days. The next area is relationships. So are you happy with where your relationships are right now? How do you want to cultivate or foster maybe new relationships? Maybe it's getting rid of toxic relationships that are currently present. Maybe it's just keeping up with the current relationships that you have and maintaining those friendships if you have good relationships currently where you're at. For me, family is really important. So I think just like maintaining relationship with family, and also just like cultivating and maintaining relationships within my local church that I've been involved in. I've gotten involved with like the cantata and singing, and so getting to know people in that way that are like my age, but also some people that mentors and maybe older and can share wisdom and just offer support and prayer when needed. That part is very important to me, and that's one way that I kind of meet new people and develop close relationships, is through like life groups and different things like that. So whatever that looks like for you, find groups, find activities, find things and hobbies that you enjoy, and get involved with people that also enjoy those same things, because that's going to be your group of people. Are there any specific steps that you need to take to make changes? So, you know, maybe it's setting firm boundaries with a family member that's toxic and very rude and manipulative or controlling towards you. Maybe it's, you know, going out and trying something new so that way you can meet some new people. The next area I'm going to talk about is personal life. Now, with regards to this area, it's kind of broad, but basically one of the questions I ask myself is, how am I nourishing my mind, my body, and my soul? So this could go along with and kind of intermingle with that physical health, right? Taking care of your body, taking care of your mind, resting, and whether that's like spirituality and religious practices or something a little bit different. And then the other thing is like, are there any other personal life goals that you're working towards or things that you want to achieve? Next one is community. So the other thing is, what kind of communities do I want to be a part of? So for me, I want to be a part of a church. I want to be a part of like a singing group. I could try out and be a part of like maybe like a cycling group or something related to like physical fitness as well. Maybe run like a short marathon or something. So figuring that out. How are you at helping others? Are you practicing like volunteering and praying, or maybe giving to other people? That's going to be super rewarding and also a great way to foster community and relationships with other people. So that's something I highly recommend, as well as just kind of having a heart of gratitude. And I think, you know, helping others and seeing other people in need just makes me more grateful for what I have. So those are my 7 areas. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you guys kind of created a vision board here along with me. But anyway, yeah, Until next time, it's a beautiful day to simplify. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, y'all.